Hey, this is Chris from Career Services at Aurora University. I'm going to show you a couple of quick tips in this video how you can use ChatGPT, that new AI tool that everybody's talking about, to help refine your cover letter and bullet points on your resume. It's a great tool for getting past that blank page problem, right? Where you're not quite sure where to start. It's not going to do all the work for you, but it is a really good partner to help get those things really written well. So let's take a look at how this works. This is ChatGPT. If you've never used it before, you can get to it by going to chat.openai.com. It is free, but it requires you to sign in. So you can sign in with a Google account or anything that you like there. We're going to take a look at how it can help with resume and cover letters today really quickly. So we're using a sample resume from our resume packet. You can get this on AU's website if you want some inspiration for how to format your resume. It's available at aurora.edu/career. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to have it help us refine some of these bullet points. This one is obviously pretty good because it's in our sample packet, but every resume could always use some improvement, right? So let's take a look at this. This is a person who is doing their Bachelor of Science in Biology, and they have this job where they worked at Starbucks. And so we're going to take this job, select it, and copy it. We're going to come over here to ChatGPT, and we are going to say, rewrite these resume bullet points to be more achievement oriented and measurable. All right, then we're going to hold Shift and hit return. That gets us down to the new line there, and then we're going to paste in these bullet points. It doesn't matter if the formatting is a little weird. The AI does not care. We're going to send that up to ChatGPT, and it is going to rewrite these bullet points for us. So take a look at that. It rewrote them to include some measurable outcomes and achievements. Obviously, it does not know the real numbers, right? It is making these numbers up. So you can't use this on your resume as is, but it gives you an idea of how to word these things, right? If you wanted to go in and plug in some of these numbers yourself, you could definitely use those. You want to obviously reword this a little bit to be in your own voice, but using ChatGPT in this way to help you generate a framework for something is super, super powerful tool to help get something down on the page, and then you can edit and refine it later and make it your own. Something else that's useful here is if this person who wants to work in biology is, working at Starbucks and is maybe wondering a little bit about what sorts of skills they are developing working at Starbucks, you can tell ChatGPT, list the transferable skills that a barista at Starbucks would learn on the job. All right, let's see what it says. So it's going to say that a barista develops customer service skills, communication skills, multitasking, time management, teamwork, problem solving, attention to detail, cash handling and point of sale systems, adaptability, sales skills, basic food and beverage knowledge. Take a look at all of these skills that you might not think somebody working as a barista would learn. These are all excellent, excellent things that you can talk about in an interview or even list on a resume if you're looking for things to fill out that resume. This is a great way to have ChatGPT work almost as somebody who can interview you and quiz you a little bit on what you know, because oftentimes I think we forget about what we learn while we're on a job. It's hard to keep all of that in our minds. Right, so this is another great use. The last thing I want to show you is how to use ChatGPT to put together a framework for that cover letter. This is often something that people struggle with. Cover letters are difficult to write. So let's take this resume and we're going to copy the whole thing. So we're going to select the whole resume, we're going to copy that, and we're going to say create a framework for a one-page cover letter to apply for a lab technician position using this resume. And then we're going to paste in that resume. And let's see what ChatGPT gives us. So it's using that business letter format that we know cover letters need to be. And it's going to put together a cover letter. Now, as it's writing this here, obviously you can never, ever, ever just use exactly what it outputs and send that as your cover letter, right? You definitely want to make sure that you are checking this, that you are editing it to be in your own voice and with accurate information, because the AI doesn't actually know you. But this is a really nice starting point, right? This is, instead of looking at a sample cover letter and then trying to write your own, this is a sample cover letter using your resume. So you can now go and write a cover letter that follows a similar structure and highlights some similar skills without having to really wonder about where to mention things or how to mention things. If you want to take a deeper dive into any of this stuff, feel free to make an appointment with a career counselor. We have people available that are willing to help. You can either email us at career@aurora.edu or make an appointment directly through the Handshake app on your Okta dashboard. All right, we hope to see you soon. Thanks.